let's talk about the RAVpower. This is model number RPPB043. It uses iSmart technology, whatever the heck that means. Let's see what else we got off the package here. It is 20,100 mAh compared to the 100%, which was 11,600 mAh or whatever that means. I don't know what it means, but this seems to be about twice as much. It is an external battery pack with Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 technology. I have no idea what any of that means, but I'm sure it's important. But I guess it is good to know, like, it's about twice the power of this, and I don't remember what this is, but I'll look it up and then I'll just cut to it real quick. Okay, so things I love about this. There is no replacing spending a good amount of money on an external battery bank. I mean, they are just so useful. They fit in your backpack. If you don't want, your phone is like kind of important. The good thing about these guys, another thing I like, even when they're expensive, is if somebody steals them, you're mad, but you haven't lost your phone. And me, I work on work sites all the time where I am separated from my phone for long periods of time. If I need to find like a generator to plug in or something, like I was working at a music festival and there was a generator and a bunch of people were plugging their phones in, and a guy came over and he plugged in a battery bank, much like this one. And he says, well, if they steal the bank, I'll be upset, but it's not my phone. And that made sense to me. Like, to have one of these, I think, would be super useful. And much like this guy, there's times you're just going to be away from your vehicle, you're going to be away from a building, and these are really easy to carry around. I mean, something like this can fit in a jacket pocket, depending on how tight your pockets are. Girly pockets are usually thinner. I know I am a female, but I do tend to wear a lot of men's pants and men's jackets and stuff, which have big pockets. But also, I think, like, you know, cargo pants and just a lot of things like people wear to be out and about have larger pockets, and they certainly have large enough pockets for this, but it also easily fits in a book bag without taking up too much space. What I really appreciated about the RAV products were the fact that they came with these little bags, which, yeah, like protective bags. It was like great. I was like, wait, I ordered a way better product than I even realized. It has weight to it. It actually has more weight to it than this, but also it's a bigger battery just in numbers. I mean, thickness wise, the casing is thinner, but this also has like an AC plug on it, whereas this one just has USB ports. There's the quick charge one, and there's the regular one, and both of these are inputs, so it can be charged via Type C, or it can be charged via what do you call it, micro USB. So it has either of those inputs. It comes with just your basic like USB charge cable, so you can actually plug this into a USB slot in your car if you have one. You don't need an inverter to plug it into. You don't have to plug it into a house plug. Like, you can charge this easily in almost any vehicle on the planet, because at this point, like, everybody can get those USB cigarette lighter things, and they're much less money than anything else. And some newer vehicles have USB charging ports like built into the cars now. The thing is, like, charging something that only needs to be charged with a USB helps a lot. So you could have this charging and your phone charging, and then when you go out for a walk or you go out for a hike or a bike or whatever, you have your phone, and then you also have this massive amount of backup power for it. And if you're using your phone for photography or video, like, this is really helpful too. I personally just adore this thing. For anything I have to charge by a USB. The DVD player I use when I exercise is actually new enough to be chargeable via USB. So if the video dies before the end of the video, I can actually just plug it into this. Like, I don't need a house plug device like this. I can just have this out with me. So if for any situation where you have something that's rechargeable by USB, this is a really powerful bank, and it has 4 buttons here. You hit this button, and much like the other device, it tells you how much power it has. But like, I have gotten 2 and 3 devices charged off a fully charged bank, and I have been so happy with this. I recommend it highly. It's really easy to use, really easy to charge, and charges itself quickly, as well as having the option to charge a phone really quickly. I don't know how quickly it would charge something that's not a phone. I charged my modem on the quick charge yesterday, my little hotspot modem. It's not that little, but I charged my hotspot modem on here yesterday with a quick charge because the charge was like all the way down, and it charged really fast. Like, I sat there and I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I turned around and this thing had a full battery again. So there's all kinds of things that you might find useful for this. And RAVpower as a product, like the fact that it came with this cute little bag to put it in and protect it. I mean, I've dinged it up a little bit already, but I didn't want to review it until, I mean, the unboxing amazed me. I never wanted to unbox anything until I saw how nice this was, and then I shot it on a crappy camera. But it's RAVpower. I love this product, and it was so worth the money. Links, of course, are going to be in the description for this because I highly recommend it. I mean, it is an Amazon affiliate link, but I don't run around creating links just to try to get affiliate income. I got this and was amazed with it, and I honestly think it's a wonderful thing to invest in if you are at all interested in having backup power on the go. And it doesn't matter if you live in a vehicle or not. I think it's just a really great product for what it's giving you. All right, we got one more of these to do. So this one is my favorite of all of the devices I own for power. This one's my favorite. I love this thing. If you have really simple power needs, a couple of these will probably do you pretty well. So let's look a little. What I like about this device, first of all, is that it's kind of like a smart speaker, like the shape of it. Yeah, it's a really awkward shape. It doesn't fit into a book bag as smoothly as something that's thin like this, or like the other Rav bank. Like, this is really easy. It's a little bit more awkwardly shaped for that, but it'll still fit in the bag really easily, and it'll fit in easier than this. Also think like this thing, like sitting at Starbucks or like a coffee shop or whatever, it would look weird. Like, this would look weird. Like, people won't know what it is. They might ask, or they might just stare and try to figure it out, but people will be confused by this, and also bring you attention maybe when you don't want attention. So if you just want nobody questioning, you visiting a shop, having something that looks kind of like a modern, I think, smart speaker is like really nice. Especially these like blue lights on the front. I can get them to light up. Like, they look very modern and like Bluetoothy. There's nothing Bluetoothy going on, but it looks like it. So people might stare, but it kind of looks sleek and cool, like sitting on a desk, I think. This one is 20,100 mAh. So in comparison to its thin brother here, it's actually equal. Yep, so these are actually an equal amount of power. This one is just pure USB, and this one allows you to plug in laptops or whatever else you would need to plug into an AC outlet on the go. If you have camera batteries you're trying to charge, or anything that requires sort of a plug like this in order to power up, again, it doesn't take up that much space in a book bag, and this also has a USB outlet. And unlike this, which disappointed me by not having the USB work, this one actually works, and it works actually pretty well. Now, I tend to mostly use this for the plug. Much like its brother, it also charges itself fast. So if I do a couple of hours of Uber Eats over lunch, or I have like a half hour to an hour commute, I have a pretty good amount of power in this little bank right here. Like, this was dead this morning. It's now full again. This thing is only at like half power. So in the same amount of driving, I have a full bank here and half a bank here. So it's completely worth it to me. It charges really fast for what I need to charge, which is I have a mobile hotspot, a cell phone, an iPad, a laptop. They aren't all dead at the same time. Those items can also be plugged in and be charging while I'm driving. For what I have to do, this has been like the greatest gift to my power system. Honestly, I wish I'd skipped the other two and just got these two, because this product is just like so good. Like, if you were looking for any kind of portable power, and I think everybody should have portable power, these just work really, really well, especially like if you're going out on trails and walks and places where you're like really separated from any other power system. Like, great if you have solar, like that's awesome, but like you can't disconnect your solar system and take it on a walk. You can disconnect this and throw it in a book bag, especially if you want to get photos or video or something like that at the top of a hill. I don't have a drone, but I know a lot of people, you know, they want to keep their drone batteries charged. So if you're really, really far from your main power source, like something like this is actually going to last you. Open the box, you're going to feel like there's no way this cost the amount of money it did. I forgot what it cost, but I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. And because like you open the box and you have this beautiful like hard case, which could actually fit like 2 of these devices, you know, or it can fit the device and the power cable, which is what I usually do. I usually leave the power cable in here. And on top of that, if you don't want to carry around the big hard case, it's not in there, then you have this little bag that you can put the device in. So much like the other one, you have like small protection and large protection. And like one of the things I talked about on here is like you could hook it to a book bag. I wouldn't advise doing this because it's a little risque, but you can also hook this to something. Hey, if you want to, you can be really fancy and just hang it and then open this and then like plug your device in. No, that'd be weird. But this little bag that protects the device, like that's really cool. And the fact that they gave you all that. On top of that, with the RAVpower, they gave me like 3 or 4 little USB cables and this converter that converts standard micro USB to Type-C. I feel like Rav puts a lot of effort into good packaging quality of their products. And I highly, 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 highly recommend this power bank if you're looking for a power bank with AC power. I know there are other companies out there that do banks like this. They're a little bit more rare because most people are looking for something like this. And like I said, these have an equal amount of power. It's only what they do that changes. This can charge 2 USB devices at the same time. I have used both of these outputs at the same time. I have not tried charging an AC device and a USB, mostly because usually when I put something here, honestly, it's kind of blocking this sometimes, and that's probably one of the few down points of it. The way you charge this guy is with this power cable. It looks a little bit like a laptop power cable. It's a lot. It doesn't make me happy. That's why I said you can use the case for the device and another device, or the device and the charger if you need to carry both with you. It has this little teeny tiny charging thing that's inputted right there, and then it has to be charged via wall plug, which is the only like downgrade based on this, because this can just charge via any USB. You can charge it like you charge your cell phone. This one, you need an inverter or some sort of, you know, home building to plug it into. And once it's charged, it's going to last you a while. Now, can't say how much time. Like sitting, it doesn't seem to lose any power. But like I charged several devices off of it. It's not going to run a fridge. You know, I haven't tried running a device that like needs constant power off of it either, but I don't really consider that's what these banks are for. These banks are for to fill with power and then walk away from. According to some of the reviews, it is able to do pass-through charging. So while it is charging, it should be able to charge a device, but I don't know how much that would slow down its ability to charge. And usually while it's charging, I also have the ability to charge anything else I want to charge. So I really only need it when I'm not charging it. would be happy with this and this and cutting the other two. Like if the other two died or fell off a mountain, I wouldn't care. If I lost these, I would be a little more upset and try to replace them. Because like I said, they charge in more than one cycle. You get a really quality hard case with it. And it's just, I have no complaints about it at all. I love the form factor. I love the way it looks sitting on a desk or a table. I don't know. This actually feels lighter than this, and I don't know what that is, but anyway. But I'm like so happy with this. Like I cannot explain how happy I am with this bank. Like I wish I'd had this in the beginning instead of this. Like I would trade, if I could go back in time, I would just buy this. And that's how much in love with it I am. This and this, because I think I need the combination of both to take care of my devices. So that's how I power, the final part of how I power my van life.